Okay, hello everyone, welcome to Shogun 2. It has been a while since my last replay. I figured I was bored, I played a couple battles, and I lost, actually, most of these, actually, and it was fairly interesting. Gameplay has changed a lot since I last played. It seems people just go hard Naginata samurais, and that seems to win. I played back when it was Ashigaru armies, like from the start, when everyone went lone sword spam. I went lone sword spam and it worked well. Now it's a bit different. They have attendants now. Those are supposed to be the new weak units, but I liked the old Ashigaru armies and running lone sword armies, and people thought it was imbalanced and unfair. I used it. I never upgraded a single one of their units. I just left clean lone sword units and it worked fairly well. I just didn't upgrade at all. So now that it's back, I have tried to change up my gameplay style, but as you can see I have no vets because I never played with vets. So I'm trying the new style of spears, just a lot of spears, and then there's these retainers that boost your morale and defense. Forgot the names of it, but I can go pull those up after the game. So I'm going to try that spear army, and then I'm also going to show you another video after this, which is my attempt at a regular one of my old armies, just like swords and setup. So here in this one, as you can see, I'm pretty much all spears. I have a couple teched up Yari Ashigaru, a couple teched up Naginata. I don't even think I have those actually. And my idea here was on this Yari Ashigaru was you get this last stand mode that they can have, but you need to be a spear general, and that I am not a spear general, so I'm not able to set that up and have that last stand mode, so I'm kind of stuck. So anyway, his battle, or his units kind of set up, you can see him through here. They're just kind of, I don't know, I'd say a good balance between bows, spears, and sword. Nothing in particular that stands out to me. Yeah, right now we're just playing for position. My goal was to go for the what is this, siege workshop? No, farmhouse. Yeah. No, I already did. Alright. Just go for the farmhouse, and that's my goal, to try to hold this side with this as my advantage, and it kind of played out into my hands. So I have a good, I like to run these katana cavalry now. They're kind of just fun to play with. They just look cool, and they're like swords. They're kind of just, you know, your cavalry. So I want him to attack me, kinda. No reason in particular other than it's been a while since I played and I want to give him a shot. Or I want to have him attack me so it's easier. So on this side, as you can see, he doesn't have any spears. So I take this opportunity to try to take out his general. And if you guys know, I still run bow general, so any fight with an enemy general is really good. The enemy general is a melee general, which means he's going to want to stay and fight. So I hit the front line with all my units. I get a nice charge in on his bows, another charge in right here. This is going to be clean onto his bows. Clean charge. All in the while, guys, my general has been shooting their general. As you can see, every volley takes like about 5 per shot. Here's my general right here with spears defending him. So as you can see here, my goal was to run these horses into their main line, get that fighting down, while I get the Yari Cav to hit their general. Because he's on horseback, obviously that's what I want to fight. So you see, he has 7 left on his unit. Right here, he's just standing here, 7 left. I'm just still shooting volleys at him. Oh, he must have... Yeah, he must have routed already. You guys know the replays, they're all bugged. But he routes already, and you can see he's routing. So right here, he's trying to get to my general, but the way I'm positioning these Yari Ashigaru are just too good. He can't get it. And I get some grab in there, and I reach his Yari Cav, I'm able to take some of them out with bow support. So here was a good win for me. I crashed in this side. I may have lost all my horses. You might think that's a disadvantage, but I took out his bows and his melee general. People think melee generals are invincible. Personally, I love melee generals, especially when I'm rocking bow general. Bow general is just amazing. Okay, so as you can see there, I took out his Yari Cav. I was able to catch him. He just, you know, he's trying too hard to try to get him, try to work him in there, and he's just not making it. So at this point, I'm pretty sure he's thinking, okay, I'm down, I need to attack. So his line's gonna move up. And should be a nice little skirmish fight here. He would have won the skirmish fight, but I took out most of his bows, so it's going to be about even. I know I'm playing really defensively here, but that's kind of was my goal, to try to hold this farmhouse, push it and grab it before he did, and he let me, so my aggressive play turned into a defensive stance. So he's trying to get a surround on me, which I think is good. That's what you're going to want to play against if someone's going, someone's not really maneuvering around. You definitely want to go surround, because if you can surround them all the way around, the units get demoralized. So he just charges his units in. I think that was a bad idea. My matchlocks were standing out in front. He should have picked them off with his bows. That would have been better. So he's just kind of giving me all his units. So I'll take him. I'll eat him for breakfast. And as you can see, I am rocking some DLC units. I did buy them. These are the bandits. They're not bad. They can deploy like ninjas before the starting field and deploy out of your battle area. So he's just trying to attack me on all fronts here, and I'm just playing really defensively. I like to play with reserves. It's like how I've always played, especially rocking the huge Ashikaru army back in the day. It was just, I had layers and I could just send as many as I wanted. So activating some fire arrows on his matchlock. I don't want these to start shooting. So here I'm just holding a line, as you can see. I had a primary line that's now engaging, a secondary line that's holding back, and I even have a third line. I like to make these my monks. I put them in after the battle like goes on for a bit, and I have them use their war cry ability. So I guess the good thing about this farmhouse is it's like a wall. He has to run all the way around, which he did with one unit. So it's pretty far away from the rest of his army, discouraging it. So I'm just rocking more and more lines, you know, reserves, pull back reserves, taking out most of his matchlocks here, but they're still getting good kills. Interesting battle, but obviously his push into my defense was just too thin. You need to have a strong central push if you're gonna wanna engage someone who's defending. So the battle's pretty much over now. He just has some bows left. His Ashikaru lone swords are actually surprisingly doing well. They are upgraded 8, and this one's also 3. This one's 8. It's still not bad though. Personally, I don't think they're effective anymore because their base stats are just so low. You might as well get a samurai unit. I don't see why you would want to go Ashikaru, but whatever. Charge in my monks, although it is late on the monks. I should charge them in earlier to Warcry. And that's the battle. I'll just end it here, no sense continuing on. So as you can see, a lot of mistakes on his part, although still a lot of mistakes on my part. Like I said, I'm just trying to get back into it, playing a little bit for the new, what is it, Rise of the Samurai? Is that the new update? Or Fall of the Samurai? I think so. Should be pretty interesting. There'll be some Last Samurai stuff where they just charge in and Gatling guns firing. Depending on, yeah. Okay, so here's my next replay. I lost 2. I think the more interesting fight would be this one. The other fight I kind of just uh, did this really bad. Now this guy is someone I want to copy. This guy's army was a sword-based army, and the way he played and the way he worked was very respectable. He didn't, mass up a spear army and use all those little retainers to try to give an advantage, because I think that new DLC they had with all the retainers for spears, I think, just broke the game. I think it should have been mainly swords, because they are samurais and all. Katana swords is what I want to see always. And he is a sword user, so I'm happy to lose to him. I mean, he still has spears, but most of his army